Hey buddy, hope you're traveling well. In this episode, we'll be hiking 10 kilometers from Govind Ghat to reach Ghangaria. Ghangaria is the base camp for both the Valley of Flowers trek and the Hemkund Sahib trek. The distance from Ghangaria to both these places is about 4 kilometers. Go left, you get into the Valley of Flowers, and go right, you reach Hemkund. There are 4 modes of transit you can take from Govind Ghat to Ghangaria depending upon your budget. The first one is obviously by foot. You don't have to spend much except for your food and some tea and water on the way. Spend between 1,000 to 1,500 bucks depending upon the season. You can hop onto a mule. And if you're ready to spend about 4,000, you can fly to Ghangaria from Govind Ghat in 5 minutes. But there's a limitation with taking the chopper though. So you see the valley there, right? So that's the Lakshman Ganga or the Govind Ganga valley. Govind Ghat is also a Prayag. The Lakshman Ganga or the Govind Ganga drains into the Alaknanda in Govind Ghat. Mostly during monsoon, what happens is the valley is clouded as you see here, which means the chopper cannot fly. So this one in monsoon is more like a lottery. So sometimes it's clear by midday and you can fly when you wait. Worst case scenario, you either have to wait till the next day or try your luck again, or take a mule. And the fourth way is being carried by a porter. There are these Nepali porters who can literally carry people on their back. The trek to Ghangaria from Govind Ghat used to be 14 kilometers long. But 5 years back, Pulna was connected by road, reducing the distance to 10 kilometers. The road you see zigzagging up the hills, that's the 4 kilometer motorable road to Pulna. And if you're looking at public transport, you can head down to the bridge from Govind Ghat and then take a shared jeep for 50 bucks and they'll drop you in Pulna. If you are on your own vehicle, even if you aren't going to Hemkund or Valley of Flowers, it's worth to take the short ride to Pulna from Govind Ghat, which is like 4 kilometers, and you can see the entire Govind Ghat ridge from there. And then you see both the convergence and the valley tapering into a gorge from top of Pulna. The village of Pulna used to be further down the valley before it was completely devastated during the 2013 floods. The locals relocated to higher grounds after the floods. So the Pulna that you see today was created like 10 years back. The trek from Pulna to Ghangaria is about 10 kilometers. Generally, people complete it in somewhere between 6 to 8 hours. The trail is well marked and all the way even to the Valley of Flowers and Hemkund Sahib. So you actually don't need a guide to accompany you. But if you want someone to explain you about the flowers in the Valley of Flowers, yes, that definitely requires a guide. Halfway to Ghangaria from Pulna is a village called Bayundar. It's at 6 kilometers from Pulna. So yet again, you see a confluence there. Lakshman Ganga from Ghangaria and the Kagbushendi from the Kagbushendi lake converges here. The last 4 kilometers from Bayundar to Ghangaria is the steepest uphill climb for the day. But the biggest advantage for beginners in this trek is, throughout the trek route you have mules coming, some of them coming back from Ghangaria. So if you aren't able to make the last half of the trek, you can still hop onto a mule for the rest of the half. And besides that, you have a chain of dabas throughout the route. So again, you will not be going hungry at any point in time. Ghangaria, as you could see, doesn't have a motorable road connecting it to any part. So, but still you see it as a well-built village, and all of this was built on the back of mules. So every pillar, every metal grill, every structure that you see in Ghangaria, it was all carried on the backs of mules and sometimes porters. But Ghangaria was predominantly built on the back of mules. The plan was to head to the Valley of Flowers the next day, but there was a red alert in Uttarakhand as I reached Ghangaria, coming up next week.